All right, guys, we got the shifter linkage out. It came out really easy. There's the ball. I put the bolt back in there. I have it just in neutral. I didn't put it in the drive or the other way in the low. I was told one way or the other, maybe for putting it back in. It's like getting it out's the easy part. So that's out. And let's shift our focus to the back here. And what I don't like is this is the shifter cable, and it's kind of kinked a little bit. It goes like that, and there's a kind of a sharp angle where it goes forward. And right here is the parking brake cable. And they actually have it right up against there, rubbing on the cable for shifting. So that's all a bunch of crap too. And if I start showing you other things under here, you're going to be really shaking your head. Look what they did. They had boogered up them pieces there, right there and there. They go up there, and they're supposed to have a stud out in each side. I know that because I put one in, this whole part in, guys down in Bill's in Tucson, and they just goobered up some weld on there, some goobers of crap. And then they got these pieces welded in there, right there. They're cut sharp. There's another one there, and there's another one over there. And they're like flipped upside down, some sharp stuff. I don't know what's supposed to be under here. I'll have to look underneath. Maybe Greenbrier would be the same thing. And then they got goobs of, this whole thing is sprayed with grease under here, probably keep it from rusting. But what I found out they did is they took and cut the floor out. The floor was probably shot on this thing. And what they did was they took a pickup truck floor and they turned it sideways and put it in there. The wheel well is up. It kind of looks like it's supposed to be there because it's smooth where the spare tire is on the back side, where kind of underneath the spare tire, underneath behind the cab. So this is running this way on the floor when it's supposed to be running that way. And look at it. I was going down the road. I'm wondering what is banging around. I mean, now I could fix all that. That's not a problem for me. I can cut that out and pull that all out. I just don't want to have to repaint the truck. I don't mind if I have to repaint the bed. But that'll be another big major project, you know. It's just very hodgepodgey. I'll have to fix all this under here where it's, they just goobered up weld. There's a stud hole there. It's missing. There's one there. That one's missing. Then they welded that stuff, tacked it on there. And there. And there's another one there. Another piece up there. They just crap, man. You know, I wish I would have seen all this better when I was there. A little excited about buying it, I guess. I don't know. Anyways, we'll fix it. It is what it is. I own the thing now, and I'm going to fix it. And we'll get that done. All right, so now on the filler tube, I was going to pull the filler tube out. I was told there was a bolt in there or something, but I don't think this is even the correct filler tube. There's a little piece of metal there that's supposed to be bent out or something and screwed to something. I don't know if it's supposed to go to the tin that's missing here. Phew, we're getting her done. She's warm in here. She's about 90 in the shop, probably 108 outside. But that's all right. I got the fan off, but I got a fan going. It's okay. It's getting a little humid. Monsoons are going to be rolling in, I think. Maybe we'll get rain, but I don't think this filler tube, I don't know if it's correct or not. I'll have to see and ask my SUs guys or Corvair guys or my Corvair buddies, the old guys. But I don't know. There's nothing. This seems bent, and it wasn't screwed to knot. And there's some tins I think are missing back here. On that, I have... This was on this. There's one on that side. This wasn't even screwed to nothing. There was just that hokey hanger bolt hanging through it, and it was just kind of hanging in there like junk, you know. So I'll have to find some. I think I looked on Clarkson. They don't have for 61 FCs, but yeah, I got the jack in there. First time I'm using it. The air jack there. Slides back and forth in here. I cleaned up with a wire wheel, kind of where to go. And I got the jack stands under there for safety. I'll go under here and lift it up a little bit. And yeah, good spot to lift if it falls, right? But I already cracked them loose. Cracked the nuts loose on the rims. And like I said, there's a safety in here. If it goes down, it's only going to go down so far, not real far. So we got her like that. Should be more than fine. This side, there's a 10 sheet on here, so now like this spot's got a good spot for a jack, something to sit, you know. Jack stand. This one, not so hot, but it's all right. This should hold fine. If I went up higher, it would go right in there. I don't know. For the safety, which is kind of good. I don't know if I want to raise it that high. Let's see. Nah. We'll leave her where she is. I'd rather leave her a little lower. Be safe about it. It would just come down, you know, I don't know, 4 inches or something. And that's just if it come down probably by the air leaking in it. I guess we'll see if it holds. Yeah, we'll actually bring it down after I get these off and let them touch the jack stands and see how it is. You never know if stuff's gonna leak, I guess. So that's where I am. I'm gonna pull these off. And then, yeah, like I said, I got the emergency brake on. So I guess I'll have to go and release that so I can get the brake drums off. And we'll have fun doing that. Brake drums off and pull the axles. And then I think if we're done, I think it's just those just that strips in here with the staples. That's just crumbly junk that's around there. I don't think there's anything else. I think I'm all good. It's been very easy. I haven't really had, the hardest thing I had to do was pull that tube out. That was a greasy workout. You know, I don't usually like wearing gloves, but I did buy a box of them. I should probably start wearing them once in a while. But, you know, wash up. So that's where we're at this right now. I just stuffed a little rag in where the fill tube was in here. Yeah, not too many tools. You need two. You know, this is great. I'll probably make a board. I'm kind of crazy about stuff. OCD. Everything's got to be, but clean and nice and neat. But I might make a sheet of plywood, drill different holes out for the bolts and stuff. Just kind of mark it or label it so I have it here, because I plan on doing more than one of these kind of multiples, and there ain't that many bolts anyways. So, all right, let's get those tires off and pull some axles. So I got Blue Boy all set here. I had lowered the jack stands and I lowered the air over hydraulic lift in there, and I brought it down till the lock was just going into it to lock that, because I wasn't sure leaving it up with the air on. I didn't want to do that anyways. And I adjusted the jack stands, and when I brought it down, they just touched the jack stands nice, and that's locked in nice and tight. So I gave her a good shake, and it's not going to go nowhere. I feel very safe. Blue Boy's good right where she is, or where he is, Blue Boy. I'll have to go inside and to get these brake drums off. I'll go inside and pull the brakes. I'm going to hit this with a wire wheel a little bit, the center hub here, because it's rusted. Maybe a hang up on that. Maybe I have to check. I might have a puller big enough for this. I don't know if I do. If not, I'll get one for future. I'm trying to get the parts and the tools, right tools to do the job. Yeah, that's what else? I'm forgetting something maybe, but yeah, it's very, very secure on there. So hopefully I won't have a problem pulling these off and hitting here. If not, I'll jack it up. I was a little creeped out, scared about going under there. I mean, where's it going to really fall, you know? I kept these close as I lowered it, and I took a piece of metal and I wanted to just hit on there and push down on it, but I didn't want to start doing, I don't know if it's going to do any jerky stuff. So I will probably take a piece of metal bar and weld something so I can just kind of slide it over that and go up and down with the air thing. Just to be on the outside. I think maybe it'd be safer to be on the outside. Just feels weird being underneath there and raising and lowering it. But I guess you could kind of see more what your, you know, how everything is lining up. So I don't know. Just do it, get her done. But yeah, it's been great day so far. Pull these, pull the axles out. Yeah, I haven't like been working hard. I've been taking my time kind of cleaning stuff as I go. I cleaned up all the oil and dumped it in the oil barrel, and transmission and rear end fluid. I cleaned all that up. There was no, the oil is clean. I mean, it is clean as clean. I mean, considering they said it's loose or knocking it a little bit, or a rod bearing, or a connecting rod or something, a wrist pin, I think he said. But it's clean, just watery, like it smelled gas, like maybe there's some gas in there or something. Seems real thin to me. And then the Power Glide transmission fluid, very clean, nothing. I checked everything with a white paper towel. Gary told me to do that, so I'm learning, writing notes and doing everything. Now the transaxle, that's another story. That was a little crappy, a little thick, but it's 80/90 or whatever they got in there, so it's thick, but it's kind of black and had a little milky to it after it dumped out a little bit, but it seemed to be clean too. So just, I don't know if it's ever been changed. It's a drain plug on the bottom and one on the side. It wouldn't be that hard. So yeah, I mean, it's going good. I think I could have one of these out in 2 hours by myself real easy. Like if I put this one all back together and get her in there and all the bolts are nice and I know what I'm doing. I mean, 2 hours would be, I think I could fly through this. I've been taking my time doing the filming. It takes time walking around and doing all that fun stuff. But hey, I'm enjoying it and having fun. This is like the first real day working on a Corvair. I'm enjoying it. So here we are, guys. I got the axles finally pulled. The drums came right off. I didn't need a pull or nothing. I cleaned up the rust around here and put some penetrating oil. Probably didn't have to. That one it just popped right off. I took the 4 9/16 nuts out of here, and it's easy. You got a hole here. You just kind of keep turning and get them out. And after that, I went to pull the whole thing off, and the whole brake, this whole thing was coming with the axle. I was pulling the axle. I wasn't grabbing this, but it was hung up. I didn't know from seeing it, 'cause it kind of popped apart a little bit. And this is like a metal dust cover back here. And I thought that was supposed to slide, the axle was supposed to slide through that. I wasn't sure because I never did this before. But that's actually like the bearing cover housing. And it's rusty. And it's rusty in here. And this truck originally was from Florida. That's where it came from. The previous owner that I got it from was in Florida when they rebuilt it. So yeah, everything's crusty, rusty. So anyways, I ended up calling Gary. Gary said, hit it with a hammer. I'm not going to, actually I brought a rawhide hammer. I'm like, what the heck I hit? I can't really tap much. So I stopped on this one and I went on the other side and started working on that one. That one, popped out a little easier. And so I knew what I was looking at then. And so I came over here and I just pry barred it a little bit on each side, just kind of pulled it off of this here whole brake unit here, and yeah, it popped off. So yeah, got the elusive unicorn bearing here. You can never find them things. I wanted to just, why not just put new ones in? But you can't, because you can't find them, and everyone's just rebuild them. Or re-grease them, clean them, grease them. I ordered the seals from Clark's, and so I'll put them on one of these studs. I was taking it off. It was kind of hard to nut. I see it's boogered up here a little bit, so I'm gonna order a set of studs and at least change the one. Maybe change them all. I don't know. I don't want to leave it like that. But so yeah, next. I think I'm all good on the motor. I think I'm all ready to drop her. And so I'm going to take a little break. I've been sweating out here all day, taking my time and learning, having fun. And hopefully I can show somebody else how to do this. And then I'll have to learn how to rebuild the brakes. And Well, here we go. I disconnected the 2 transaxle mount bolts and the one in the back. I got it on a cart. If I ever do this again, which I will be, I'll build a cart that's about 3 feet tall, something like that, 3.5, something like that. A nice heavy duty cart that the motor and everything will just be able to fit right onto, real nice, real heavy duty. So I got everything, I think I got everything disconnected. I'm gonna see if this works. I'll start lifting it up a little bit. I don't know if anything's hung up. I don't hear nothing. Everything looks like it is going. I don't know. I have to look at that. Well, why is that moving? Kind of wondering why that's moving. It just, it's all connected with it, ain't it? Well, let me go look. There might be something there. We'll see. Oh, full down here. Getting tired. It's been a hot, long day. That's the heat more. All right, guys. So I started to lift the truck. I got the motor on a cart with some blocks. I noticed something moving a little bit on the driver's side. And I took a look and I noticed that I still had the speedometer cable on. That wasn't on my list to do, and I should have caught it because I was looking at it earlier when I was cleaning off stuff. But I missed it. So I wire brushed it and just to get the stuff off, and I took the channel locks. It basically, I could have turned probably my fingers almost. And that came out real nice. And then I went to try to lift it a little more, and I seen the throttle linkage here wiggling a little bit, and I went under there, and it was getting hung up. I would have thought it would have stayed with it, but I took it off the power glide. There was a little thin wire. I think it was, I don't know, it's either a wire or what's left of a pin in there or something, a cotter pin. So I got that off, and I pulled that up here so that wouldn't wiggle, or wouldn't catch, because it was hanging up on the suspension there on that side. I was just catching it a little bit, and I tried to push the cart over and it wouldn't go. And the reason it wouldn't go is because when I started lifting again, I was like, something's up with that side. I crawled under there and I forgot. I mean, I should have known the cooling lines for the cooler, for the transmission cooler. So that's on me, I guess, but I don't know if it was on my list or what. It would have been super easy if I would have just would have known. I could have stood right under here and loosened them up. Instead, I had to be stretch Armstrong under there, and it's very tight. If I had a taller cart, like I'll build one, something like 3 foot tall or 3.5 foot tall to drop the motors on and off, and then I wouldn't have to do all that. Or if I would have just remembered to take the tranny lines off. But and then of course I got the first one off, and then the second one was the wrench, the line wrench kept getting stuck on it, and then I had to go take a big screwdriver and kind of out pry it off. And then meanwhile the other line was dripping on my hand. I got a pan under it catching it, but yeah, I guess, you just learn, so I know that. I'll never forget that again. So I think I got everything here. It's been a long day. It's hot. It's hot in here, hot and tired. But, you do it by yourself. You don't have these extra eyes, so let's see. Let me go move. I did push that drive shaft in a little bit here, so it would be out of my way. That ain't hooking nothing. That looks all good under there, I think. Winter chicken dinner, maybe. I don't see nothing under there. Not to say there's something under there. I see something wiggling and moving up. Yeah, that's just the gas line, the metal gas line. It's disconnected. But it's just, where is it? There. It was just sitting on the end of the drive shaft by the U-joint. It was just touching it. And that ain't touching nothing because that's that there. I'm gonna get down and take a peek. And that wire there, that's just the coil wire. That'll come up with the truck as long as it doesn't get hung up on nothing. There we go. Keep that up. And I think I did it. I think I did it. My first Corvair motor drop. Pull, power pack. I don't see nothing stretching. There we go. I think, hallelujah. I did it. I did it. Close the tailgate. And look at that. I did go in the house and made the dogs some, fed them, and Jill came home and I cooked her up some homemade tacos, and I quick ate. And she's like, well, what do you got to come back out there and do this for now? I says, because, well, I just want to get it done. So, just want it done. I don't want to be doing this in the morning. Plus, I'm kind of excited to get it done, and I wish I would have got those tranny lines. And wish I would have caught the tranny lines. And that speedometer, but there we go. Look at that. I'm happy. Look at this. Look at this. Oh, yeah. All right. We got that dang motor out. Easy peasy. No problem. But I do want to show you a few things I did leave out of the video. Maybe some more questions you have to ask. This is the rear motor mount for the motor. It's a bolt that goes down, and on the bottom is a nut washer, and underneath the nut was a cotter pin that went through. That's one of the things you got to pull out. The other two would be up front in there to drop the motor for your, holds across the bar for your transmission. Now here is the Power Glide transmission, and here are the two tranny lines that I forgot. Don't forget to take them unless it has a car transmission, which I believe you don't have them for in there. Now here is there's a stud that goes through, and there's a washer and a nut on there, and there was a pin through there too, a cotter pin. There's one there, and there's one there. You take these two, and you take the one in the rear of the ramp side out, the nut on the bottom, and it will drop down if you don't forget nothing. Now on the differential is where the line for the speedometer goes in, and that just unscrews really easy. And other than that, you can get the motor out. So there we go. We got the motor out. First time doing it. Learned a lot. Wasn't too hard. I think I hit a video on everything. Might have missed a few little things. I think I got it all. Let me know how I did. If you have any questions, anything I should do better next time. Next video I'll be doing, we'll be breaking down this motor, learning how to pull the differential and the transmission apart, pull the tins off, and from there I think we're going to start or learn how to take the differential apart, at least open it up, check it out, see how it is, and maybe rebuild it and go from there. after that, if I'm pulling another motor, I will do a way more thorough job on it and video it even more detailed to help anybody out there. So yeah, it's been fun. Thanks for watching. Thanks, Corvair Addiction.